In Jamaica, and throughout the world, Bob Marley became a true cult figure during his lifetime. This outwardly short and skinny man managed to break through to the world stage that, from the point of view of show business, is of little interest for promoters, passable musical slag. Who needs specific exotics? Who, pray tell, can be interested in musical exercises of non-professional black young people from a small Caribbean island? There's plenty of them. Bob Marley is interested. It is one thing when folklore motifs or specific ethnic music is presented to the public by the light hand of established, renowned and venerable maestros. Fans of established stars eat up such delights as a matter of course. Marley is a different case. He became almost a god for fans without being one, and without even striving for it. Bright, kind, open, sunny. Perhaps reggae music would have remained the music of a small section of Jamaicans and African Americans. Bob has phenomenally managed to get thousands of fans of different colors hooked on reggae. And there is no need to talk about reggae motifs, specific musical size, emphasis on the weak lobe, special manner of performance, which in different variations can be heard here and there. Reggae is impossible not to hear and not to note. This music is recognizable at once. And, as it is fashionable to express nowadays, it fascinates and attracts from the first chord. And the strange thing is that the main part of reggae lovers do not know the subtleties of musical harmony, the secrets of arrangement, performance tricks. Why? Reggae is good in itself, with its melodic and unobtrusive at first glance sound, positive potency, powerful energy fueling. It makes the body and soul move. It is incredibly attractive. Reggae music is incomprehensible to many people, but at the same time it seems so native and close. It's phenomenal. You don't have to be musically educated or be able to play one of the musical instruments. It is enough to tap something to the beat, clap your hands, sing along, dance, and you are already a participant in the general action, a creator of a unique musical performance. You are already your own in this motley and diverse mass of people. If only for a few hours, minutes, moments, but it is your own, dear, close, necessary. This is the beauty and magic of reggae music. It is always positive, pure, light, childishly kind and open. Reggae is for everyone. It is beyond ages, nationalities and religions. This is what Bob Marley dreamed about. This is what he strived for, this is what he left the mortal world with. His political and religious speeches were perceived as revelations of a saint. Many are still inclined to think so today. Some are convinced that Marley is still alive today. Where he lives is not important. What matters is his name and his music. If they exist, then Bob Marley is alive. I was born of a white man and a black woman. So I don't sing for white people and I don't sing for black people. I sing for God, the musician said. Bob Marley was born on the 6th of April according to other sources, the 6th of February 1945 on the north coast of Jamaica. His father, a British Army colonel born in Liverpool, came to the island during World War II. Fascinated by the wild, unspoilt and incredibly sensual beauty of the island, he decides to stay here. Just at that moment he meets Adela Booker, a gospel poet and singer, falls in love and marries the most beautiful girl on the island. Born in Kingston, the capital of Jamaica, Bob was raised by his mother and grandmother, but he was much more influenced by the troubled neighborhood of Trench Town. It was a world of slums that contrasted sharply with the green hills that literally exuded the sense of prosperity, of a well-to-do and well-fed life. The homes of the well-to-do settled there. The street becomes Robert's second home and first university. He was a notorious bully and troublemaker. Young Marley was flesh and flesh of the blighted kingdom of Kingston's slums. Fighting, petty thievery and hooliganism were commonplace, a way of life. Many of his peers ended badly, some in prison, some on the needle, and some died in the street fighting youth gangs. But between armed robberies and gang wars, Bob managed to keep his passion for music alive. This was the beginning of the rise of reggae, which was simply impossible to stop. Fate led Marley off the crooked criminal road. At the age of 16, Bob Marley made his debut with the single Judge Not, which he wrote with his mentor and Jamaican pop veteran John Higgs. In 1963, with the help of Higgs, Bob Marley formed a vocal group called the Wallers, which included 4 other musicians in addition to himself. In 1965, the Wallers were reduced to a trio and, despite the success of their songs, which were often on the charts, they broke up in 1966. Soon the family moved to the United States. For a while Bob Marley worked as an auxiliary laborer at an automobile factory. But apparently Bob could not live without his native Jamaica. Soon he returned home and recreated the Wallers. The band worked in a variety of genres, from ska and calypso to mainstream and fusion, but its popularity did not spread beyond the island. Bob Marley added a female vocal trio to his band, changed the name to Bob Marley the Wallers and toured Africa, Europe and both Americas with his former mentor Higgs. By the mid-70s Bob Marley and his band had become recognized reggae leaders, and in the UK almost all of his new stuff was in the top 40 Exodus, No Woman No Cry, Jamming. In the US, the albums ranked consistently high. It is noteworthy that his songs enjoyed success among the elite. When in the mid-70s, during the heyday of reggae, Bob Marley was repeatedly imprisoned and expelled by the Jamaican authorities for the socio-political orientation of his lyrics. The musician's incredible popularity often saved him. Reggae in those turbulent times was listened to by almost everyone. The music, and especially the external substrate of the synthetic Rastafari cult, partying, fraternizing, beer, proved to be just right. The time of the hippies was dying out, having failed to fulfill the hopes and aspirations of young people. Anti-war and other demonstrations seemed silly and no longer appealed to young people. Even radical punks began to use the basics of this style in their music. But nowadays, hardly anyone remembers Bob Marley as a rebel and revolutionary. We know him better as a big smoker and a man who made warm Jamaican music heard all over the world. It's as if he never left us on the 11th of May 1981. The spirit of Bob Marley is still here. Today reggae is experiencing another rebirth. The music is listened to, loved, appreciated. Numerous dancehall projects and DJs are remixing his music. Such talented guys as Lauryn Hill and the son of musician Ziggy Marley are working in the reggae style. On the 6th of February 1999, the Bob Marley Memorial Park opened in Florida. This is how the musician's widow Rita Marley celebrated her late husband's 54th birthday. The idea and designs had existed for a long time. There was no single solution. The idea proved to be too difficult to realize. The park looks similar to Bob's house in Kingston. The house itself is now a museum of the king of reggae. This short man with long braided hair left a tangible mark on the minds of his contemporaries. His words were heard. He left us a unique musical legacy and helped Africa to renew hope and faith in the uniqueness of the black continent's culture. Bob Marley believed that you can cure racism, evil and hatred with music. He loved football and beautiful women, and considered all people brothers. What are your favorite Bob Marley songs? Write in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you like Bob Marley's work. And sing. Singing, like humor, prolongs life.